Okay, so the opinion on Frontiers has completely changed. From the first few reveals, everyone was saying how the game looks kind of shit, very unpolished, needs more time. I never wanted to be too judgy because as they said at the very start of that fucking reveal, that there would be more coming through June. Well, we've gotten more in June. The majority opinion on Frontiers has completely shifted, done a full 180. There were still people singing the praise at the start, but majority I feel like was negative. This is all to do with the one thing that the entire fanbase can agree on. The marketing has been dog shit. Like, marketing is just so fucking important, and I feel like a lot of games just aren't really doing much about it. I feel this way with COD. What is going on with COD? I never even know anymore. It used to be fucking everywhere. Maybe it's just I'm not following it as much anymore because I've kind of lost interest a little bit. Sure, I'm gonna get the new one, and if it's the bollocks, it's the bollocks. I'm mainly talking about zombies though. I feel like zombies is just, the marketing on that has gone completely downhill. Got to a point where they didn't even fucking release trailers for one of the maps in Black Ops 4, so did you know that map existed? Probably fucking not. But yeah, the marketing's just been so dodgy. I mean, how many of us actually remember that Sonic Origins is coming out? We had the reveal trailer for that ages ago. That shit's coming out in like, what, 5 days? Something like that? Who gives a shit? The focus is all on Frontiers, which is just completely unfair to Origins. Like, you would think after that would be released, then they'd start focusing everything on Frontiers. And you know what? Maybe that's what they're gonna do. Maybe after Origins release, they're gonna start going in with more trailers and more of the final product gameplay. As we all know, the gameplay we've seen is still more raw, not the finished build. You can tell that by the fact that there's no HUD. Then there was the demo at Summer Games Fest. A lot of people have played this. Some people actually fake playing it and started chatting shit about the game or some dumb shit. I don't even know. I don't care. I'm just jealous and want to fucking murder every single person that got to play it because I want to play it! Nah, but legit, I feel like everyone that's been to that demo, for the people that have actually had hands-on experience, they've all been giving mostly positive things. There's been little fucking gameplay snippets and teasers with the linear stages, people saying that they look very similar to Sky Sanctuary and Green Hill. I've seen them. I can very much agree on that. We had the high quality gameplay and you know what? It's still the popping. The rails are still in the air. There's still some things that look a little dodgy. However, it's just like the fact that some normal person is playing the game seems to be enough to actually make people want to be positive about the game. I feel like there's barely any difference with the actual build of the game, except for the fact that I feel like it is a little higher quality and the person playing it is actually playing it how it should be intended instead of just stopping, walking, doing whatever the fuck because they're not trying to show off literally every single new little thing or whatever they were trying to do in the original gameplay. I feel like there's barely any difference with the actual game. This is why I didn't want to be too judgy from the start, because then I just look like a right mug. If they haven't actually changed much of the gameplay from what we saw at the start to the most recent one, then what was the need to be negative in the first place? Because it turns out if you just play it like how a normal person would, yeah, the game's fucking fine. Granted, I feel like the popping and shit like that isn't as bad as the most recent one. Maybe they have fixed it or something. Maybe the build that they showed in the most recent footage is actually a little closer to the final product. And if that is the case, what the fuck are they doing? If the first thing they showed wasn't really like the best thing they could have shown, why show it in the first place? I refuse to believe that everything they showed off in the first 2 gameplay trailers were fixed in now the new 4 clips that have come out, right? There's no fucking way. Like, makes sense if the original reveal was a month ago and then we got these new clips. Okay, cool. That would make more sense. But the difference has literally been a few weeks. Bullshit. From what I've seen from the new gameplay, I'm definitely more excited. The speed of the game does look pretty good. Sonic's handling looks really good, specifically in this one clip where you see him do a full side leap around an enemy while boosting. That looked fucking sick. That's what I'm excited for. The fact that you can fight really fast and the combat does look really fun. These mini bosses look really fun. Sonic has a parry ability. That looks really interesting. And there's some other things as well. Like, look at this puzzle. Sonic homing attacks thing. But then notice how half his homing attacks, he bounces off back. Then you hear some little clicks and some people thought that might have been a homing attack reticle. I feel like that would make a little sense, but I feel like I've heard that little click even while he's free roaming. I don't think the homing attack reticle would come up for literally every single little thing that could be homing attack. I think there's ways to toggle how different attacks actually work, like, because after you hear this little click, he starts bouncing forwards after a homing attack to actually land on the platform. This is what I'm kind of excited for. I feel like there's going to be so much variety with the combat. Apparently as well, well, there's going to be sliders that allow you to change Sonic's speed, momentum, and all that. If that is true, I highly doubt it is. Alright, I don't want to believe it until I see it because it just sounds like utter bullshit. But if that is true, that is going to be the biggest game changer. That is going to be the best part about Frontiers. If you can add or decrease momentum, or add and decrease your speed, or change your handling, this game can fucking work for literally any Sonic fan ever. Minus the fact that there most likely is not going to be a spin dash. But yeah, when it comes to also the linear stages and things being reused, I've seen a theory where, because I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that Sonic is going to have amnesia in the game, that the linear stages, them being reused, is actually going to be part of Sonic's memory, and he's running through the past and a sort of thing like that. Now, if these stages suck dick, then that is going to be a bit of a problem, because they are all end up going to be generation stages. Imagine that, you just have generations, but then you have worse versions of generation stages. The only thing I'm really interested about these linear stages is how they're tying into the story, because seeing Green Hill, seeing Sky Sanctuary, they tie nothing into with these fucking islands. There's clearly an explanation, and I am excited for the story. But yeah, just once again, the graphics look beautiful. They've said also 20 to 30 hours to complete this game. That's got me excited, because I don't want this to be one where you just complete it and brush it off to the side and just forget about it and be done, especially if there's not enough replayability, which I hope there is. The ranking system needs to be fucking better, because in Forces, I feel like it's impossible to get less than an S rank, alright? That shit is too easy. Even in Generations, that shit was too easy. Unleashed, to me, was one of the most fun games to try and get all the S ranks, because once you get an S rank, you feel like you earned it, because you have to. So if they have a shit ranking system, I will be a little disappointed. If they even have a ranking system at all. There's going to be RPG element. That's kind of what I'm excited for. Just don't make it where it's like Secret Rings, where you just have to handicap Sonic from the start to give a sense of progression. But yeah, it seems like Sonic's got all his moves except for the drift. I don't know why they keep wanting to get rid of that, but you know what? If Sonic's handling is perfect, they don't fucking need it. So I ain't really got much of an issue with it. Any other issues like fucking rails in the sky and all that shit, I see no one complaining about anymore. I don't know why. I feel like the game build is barely any different. It's just the difference is the way that the game is being played. You have this giant dick thing enemy, that looks fucking fun to fight. You have this ninja thing, that looks fucking fun to fight. It just makes you wonder, what the fuck are they doing with the marketing as well? I don't understand it. No one understands it. We all agree it's dog shit and has been hurting the game. All I can say is that it has left everyone non-stop talking about it. Like, fair play to them on that, but the thing is, one thing you have everyone talking about it is another thing you have majority of people thinking the game looks shit. Because if people think the game looks shit, why the fuck would they get it? I mean, granted, most likely, people who think it looks shit are going to get it no matter what, and if you are, you're a bit of a fucking muppet, I'm not gonna lie. I know for a fact I'm gonna get it, because the concept I just still feel has so much potential. I know for a fact what we're seeing is not the final product, but if I end up being wrong, well, then I'm just be like, what the fuck? But yeah, apparently you can upgrade your speed, you can obviously upgrade the combat, because if everything we've seen from the combat is all Sonic has in the game, I'll be a little disappointed. That doesn't mean I feel like there's no variety. I just feel like if that's what we're starting off with and you can go even more than that, then that's what's exciting me. And apparently there's multiple islands. We've only seen the main one. I imagine they're not going to show the rest of them because, you know what, big spoilers, and I don't really want this game to be fully spoiled. We know the Chaos Emeralds are in this shit. We know what the gameplay loop's going to be like. Fight a mini-boss, get a portal card, play a linear stage, unlock a Chaos Emerald, move on, do that shit. And then there's probably going to be some big bosses. I've been excited from this game pretty much from the start. And then when the reveal came out, I feel like I was a little, like, disappointed slightly. But I still had high hope. Now, my high hopes have been restored to where they were before. But I'm just happy a lot of people are starting to be a lot more positive on the game. And realistically, it's more the fault of fucking Sega and IGN and Sonic reveal of this game that it's just been hurting it. If the game ends up dog shit, that's going to be unfortunate. Hopefully, we can get a demo as well. Because from what I've heard, most of the people have been saying it's one of them where you just, when you play it, you'll understand it, right? I can imagine what they mean. Like, when I saw Modern Warfare 2019's gameplay long before we got a chance to play it, I thought it looked shit. When I played it, that engine, I swear to God, it's the smoothest COD engine I've ever seen. But yeah, that's all for this video. I just wanted to fucking chat some shit. I can't really add anything more to what other people have said, because pretty much everything's already been said about Frontiers. The game looked like shit. Now everyone's saying it looks a little bit better. Only time will tell when we all get a chance to play it, either when the game releases, or if there's a public demo, which I'm hoping there is. I feel like there has to be a public demo at some point. There's just going to be so much in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they give us a gameplay demo, so yeah, please give us a gameplay demo. I fucking need it. But yeah, that's all for this one, and until next time, lads, have a good one.